Hey, y'all, let me take you back to a day that started like any other, but ended up flipping my whole world upside down. Picture this. It's a cool October morning in 2025, and my twin sister, Lena, and I, Maya, are standing in the sleek, marble-floored private terminal at Palm Coast Airfield, Florida. We're 17, decked out in our crisp Coastal Prep Academy uniforms, clutching our charter confirmation for a private jet to New York, our big college tour trip. The kind of moment you dream about when you're grinding through AP classes and SAT prep. But what should have been a smooth ride turned into a fight we never saw coming. We've been planning this for months. Lena, with her perfect 4.0 GPA and early admission to Columbia's pre-law program. Me with my scholarship offers from NYU's business school. Our dad, Marcus Hayes, had finally trusted us to handle this trip solo, using his corporate account to book a private jet through Horizon Elite Aviation. It was a big deal, you know? Our first taste of independence, proof we could handle the real world. We had everything lined up: confirmation emails, student IDs, even printed itineraries showing our 11 a.m. departure to LaGuardia. But the second we stepped up to the check-in counter, something felt off. The agent, Greg Turner, looked us up and down. Two black teenagers in a sea of suits and designer bags, and his smile went from professional to plastic real quick. Charter confirmation and ID, he said, his voice colder than the AC blasting through the terminal. I slid our documents across the counter, trying to keep it cool, but Greg picked them up like he was handling evidence from a crime scene. He held the paper to the light, squinted, flipped it over, and then loud enough for the whole lounge to hear, "Goes. This doesn't look right. Where'd you get this?" My stomach dropped. Lena, always the calm one, leaned in and said, "Our dad booked it through your website. Is there an issue?" Greg's lips curled into this smug little smirk. "I'll need to verify this. Wait here." And just like that, he vanished into the back office with our papers, leaving us standing there like we'd just been caught shoplifting. 20 minutes later, while other folks, mostly white, breezed through check-in, we're still waiting, feeling every stare from the fancy folks in the lounge. Whispers floated around us. They probably faked it. Kids these days, always trying to scam. My face was burning, but Lena grabbed my hand, whispering, "Stay cool, Maya. We've got this." When Greg finally came back, he slapped a cancellation notice on the counter like he was serving us a court order. "Payment issue," he said, loud and proud. "Your charter's been canceled." I pulled out my phone, showing him the email receipt: "Full payment, confirmed last week," but he leaned in close, his voice dripping with venom. "Look, girls, private jets aren't for everybody. Maybe stick to Southwest next time." The words hit like a slap, and the room went quiet. Everyone knew what he meant by everybody. We weren't about to let it slide, but we'd been taught to keep our cool. Anger from black girls gets twisted against you real fast. So, we headed to security, thinking maybe they could verify our documents. Big mistake. The agent, Mike Larson, flagged us for random screening. "Yeah, right." He tore through our bags, held up my laptop like it was a bomb, and barked, "What's this for? Activism or something?" I explained it was for my college interviews, but he just scoffed, scrolling through my files like he had a warrant. Then he found Lena's allergy meds clearly labeled pharmacy issued, and acted like he'd busted a drug ring. "What are these pills?" he shouted, drawing every eye in the checkpoint. A lady nearby started recording, but another guard swooped in, threatening to detain her unless she deleted the video. By the time we cleared security humiliated, our stuff scratched up, we were cutting it close to our flight time. Starving and shaken, we tried to grab a quick bite at the terminal's Skyview Bistro. The hostess, Claire Daniels, barely looked at us before snapping, 45-minute wait. I glanced around. Half the tables were empty. "But those tables are open," I said, pulling up their website showing no reservations. Claire's face went red, and she doubled down. "They're reserved. Website's outdated." Right then, a white couple walked in, and Claire lit up like it was Christmas. "Table for two? Right this way." She seated them instantly at one of those reserved tables. Lena called her out, voice steady but sharp, and that's when the manager, Tom Reed, swooped in, accusing us of causing a scene. A server, Elena Martinez, tried to step in, offering us a table, but Tom shut her down hard. "Stay out of this, Elena," he growled, then whispered to us, "Find somewhere else to eat. You're not welcome here." By the time we reached the gate, I was ready to scream. The gate agent, Sarah Klein, barely glanced at our proof before shrugging. System says it's canceled. Nothing I can do. Then the pilot, Captain James Holt, stepped in, all fake smiles, holding our documents like they were counterfeit. These look altered, he said, loud enough for the whole gate to hear. Step aside while I call security. That's when I snapped. This is discrimination, I said, voice shaking but clear. We have legit papers, and you're blocking us because we're black. Holt's face went beet red. That's a serious accusation, young lady. I could have you banned from this airport. But before he could call security, a new voice cut through a black woman, mid-50s, with a name tag reading Diane Carter, supervisor. For a second, I thought we were saved. We weren't. Diane, who'd clawed her way up in a system that probably chewed her up too, looked at us like we were the problem. Why can't you follow procedure like everyone else? She snapped, siding with Holt. It felt like a knife in the chest. Someone who should have understood, who should have seen the pattern, was piling on. Lena and I were exhausted, out of options, our college interviews slipping away. But we weren't done. I pulled out my phone, hands trembling, and called Dad. Dad, they're refusing our charter. We need you. The line went quiet for a second, then Dad's voice came through, calm but sharp as a blade. Maya, tell me everything. As I laid it out, Captain Holt tried to interrupt, barking about federal regulations. Dad cut him off like lightning. Mr. Holt, this is Marcus Hayes. You will not interrupt my daughter again. The terminal froze. Marcus Hayes wasn't just our data, was Horizon Elite CEO, a fact he kept quiet to keep it real when he checked on his company. Holt's face went ghost white. Dad's voice boomed through the phone. Every Horizon jet is grounded, effective now, until I get to the bottom of this. You've been harassing my daughters, and I'm done. What happened next was unreal. Dad showed up with a team lawyers, investigators, the works. Security footage backed us up, showing every smirk, every lie, every random search.